Religion, politics, please keep it aside. Please keep it separate. We were being communal in our own internal politics. Now we are being communal even in geopolitics. And in all of this, our people are getting in the middle. We are Indians. We are Indian Hindus, Indian Muslims, Indian Christians. We have nothing to do with all of that. Or Donald Trump wants to divert attention from Epstein files to war. So you see, I don't think that is factually correct. Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Achha, now look at this situation. ठीक है ना? There is a predominant Christian country who is aligned to a Jewish country to fight against an Islamic country. Christian country, Jewish country, fighting against Islamic country. Achha, now this Islamic country retaliated not against anybody else, but they retaliated against all Islamic countries. Of course, they did retaliate on Israel too, but most of it is Islamic countries. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Jordan, Cyprus, Azerbaijan. So they retaliated against Muslim country. Now look at this entire hodgepodge. Christians, Jews, Islamic country, retaliation of the Islamic country on Islamic country. My question, I'm sure you must have realized it, where does religion stand in all of this? Why am I talking about it? I'll tell you why I'm talking about it. You know, recently, there's a clip that went viral. Just watch this. Here, this person is doing yagna for Netanyahu because they are Jews and they are attacking Muslims, I presume. Obviously, there would be no other reason why he would be doing a yagna in India for Netanyahu. Look at this. This protest are by Indian Muslims because Ayatollah Khomeini was killed in Iran. It is their faith, it is their belief. It's fine. We are a free country. The point that I'm trying to make. You see, we've started getting religion in every other discussion. In every other facet of our lives, we have started getting religion. And I have been talking about this for quite some time. You see, not one Islamic country, including Pakistan, has gone in aid of Iran. And our people here, sitting in India, are mourning and protesting against Ayatollah Khomeini. Does it make sense? What has Netanyahu got to do with India? As in, having yagna in India for Netanyahu? Possibly because, like I said, because he is going against Muslims? Are we even serious? I have seen a bunch of Indians supporting Trump. Trump is possibly harming India the most. His people consider us to be some kind of a pawn which they use for their trade and their benefit. They see us nothing more than that. But our people seems to be doing yagna for him also, by the way. You see these visuals. Everything related to religion. Because he belongs to my religion, he sits in Iran. Nothing to do with Iran, nothing to do with us, nothing that way. But we are protesting against his killing. We have all the right to protest. I am saying there is nothing wrong in it. But please don't do it because he is part of a religion. Do it because it was wrong. You protest. That's your right. My fundamental point that I'm trying to raise here is religion, politics. Please keep it aside. Please keep it separate. We were being communal in our own internal politics. Now we are being communal even in geopolitics. Even in geopolitics, we are seeing communal, Christian, Hindu, Jew. Where are we headed with all this? Where are we headed with all this? And it is not just India, by the way. Let me also clarify that. It is not just India. There is an article in Guardian which says that US troops were told war on Iran was all part of God's divine plan. All part of God's divine plan. This is what was told to the United States Army. I don't say this. Guardian says this. Guardian newspaper says this. Which means in their form, it is another jihad in their form. Religious war. And so are Jewish people. And in all of this, our people are getting in the middle. We are Indians. We are Indian Hindus, Indian Muslims, Indian Christians. We have nothing to do with all of that, except for a moral stand that we need to take. Of course, which we should take. And that is because we are human beings. And they are fellow human beings. So to that extent, it is fine. It is absolutely fine. I didn't get this funda, Baba. I didn't get this funda. I thought it was not a very data-driven topic, but all the same, it was a topic which I thought I should present in front of you. That is my topic number one. My topic number two is, you see, there is this whole concept that all of this, the US, Israel, Iran war is thanks to Epstein file. Israel has some kind of information about Donald Trump, and that information could be leaked, or that information, Donald Trump is scared that the information could be leaked, or Donald Trump wants to divert attention from Epstein files to war. So you see, I don't think that is factually correct. I don't think that is factually correct. Though even today there was an article which says that, there is a sexual harassment case against Donald Trump, which was complaint was filed by a 13 to 15-year-old girl that Trump sexually assaulted her. So that also is happening. But that said, all of that said, I don't really subscribe to this concept that a country like United States with such a robust judiciary system and fairly robust executive system would go and wage a war against another country just because the president wants it. I mean, president ko laga war karte, chalo war kiya. Does it happen that way? I do not think it happens that way. There are other reasons why the war was waged, and that reason includes America's affinity towards Israel. That reason includes America's desire to have the Gaza Strip. That includes a lot of other things. But whether it is just because of an Epstein file sounds like a conspiracy theory to me. So that is my opinion, Baba. It could be right, it could be wrong. You can beg to differ it. Point one. Point two. Let's come to Epstein file. You see, somewhere down the line, we have lost, as in India, we have lost our right to talk about Epstein files. And I will try and tell you why. I think Epstein file has been it actually exposed our hypocrisy of our society, hypocrisy of our politicians, our administration. It has exposed the hypocrisy. You see, Bill Gates came to attend that AI Impact Summit, but he was not allowed to. In fact, I am told that the External Affairs Ministry had told Piyush Goyal not to meet Bill Gates because his name figures in the Epstein files. There are photographs of us in the Epstein files. And Bill Gates goes and meets another minister, constitutionally appointed minister of Indian government from Andhra Pradesh, that is Chandrababu Naidu. That is okay. Piyush Goyal you can't meet, but Chandrababu you can meet. I don't know what exactly do we really stand for. Because that confuses me, Baba. That confuses me. You can't meet central government minister, but you can meet state government chief minister. That confuses me. Protocol-wise, a central government minister and a state government minister, a state government chief minister is almost in the same level, by the way. Let me also tell you that. So, that is one point. Chalo, that's okay. You see, there are two people whose names figure in Epstein files. Now, even Prime Minister's name figure in Epstein files. Narendra Modi's name figures in Epstein files. But the reason why I'm not dwelling on that is because, you see, end of the day, the Prime Minister's name figures there. That anybody can drop names. There is no interaction between Prime Minister and Epstein's office, or Prime Minister's office and Epstein's office and all that. वो सब interaction directly नहीं है. So as of now, it is only names that have been dropped, and anybody can drop anybody's name. So that's the reason I don't talk about the Prime Minister. But there are two names who have interacted with Epstein in India. Our Union Minister Hardeep Puri and our big businessman Anil Ambani. Achha. I also understand that mere interaction does not mean that they are part of any criminal conspiracy or they are guilty of some crime or something. It doesn't mean that. Of course, I understand that. But interacting with a convicted criminal, that is after he was convicted. Before he was convicted, you can always say, "Ke humko kya sapna aaya tha kya?" Where we can, what kind of foresight would we have that tomorrow he'll get convicted? I can understand that. No. These people, these important people, connected with him after he was convicted. 2009 he was convicted. These people got in touch with him as late as 2015, 2014. Question is why? Why would a former bureaucrat then, now a union minister, connect with a convicted pedophile, convicted human trafficker? Why would you do that? Secondly, while Anil Ambani is a free man, he's a unlike Mr. Hardeep Puri, who is a minister, so he's responsible to the people of this country, even when he was responsible to the people of this country when he was a bureaucrat. But all the same, Anil Ambani is a businessman, so he's free to do a lot of things because he's not actually accountable to us. But the fact remains that why did Anil Ambani indulge in a financial deal again with a man who was convicted for human trafficking and also known to be partners with companies that has been involved in Ponzi schemes? Epstein was part of companies. In fact, if you go by the people who used to run the companies, they said he was the brain behind those Ponzi schemes. Of course, he got away. Like I said, American judiciary seems to be kind of effective, but I don't know about their law and order system. But he got away with it. He was not arrested, but his partners were. This is the kind of person that Anil Ambani deals with to source money for his company. And if he is using these kind of people to source money, don't you think our ED, our CBI, our people should be asking, "Ke bhai, inke pe paas kyun gaya tum? Why are you going to such tainted people? Why are you dealing with these kind of people?" These kind of people could be involved in money laundering. These kind of people could be involved in a lot of other things. How are you dealing with them? Wouldn't they ask if it was a common man? I mean, imagine somebody caught dealing with some underworld fellow, say maybe Dawood or somebody in India. Don't you think the police, and rightfully so, will ask, what were you doing? Why were you dealing with a Dawood? How different is Epstein from Dawood? He also had Ponzi schemes. He also ran human trafficking. How is he different? So, Epstein is okay. Why are there no investigations? Is that a very unfair question to ask? Is that a very strange question to ask? Shouldn't we at least have an investigation? I am not saying convict anybody. I am not saying you call them guilty. No, don't pronounce them guilty and all that. That's not the point. At least investigate, find out. Why was Hardeep Puri trying to connect with Epstein after knowing that he is a human trafficker? Why was Anil Ambani trying to connect with Epstein after knowing that he was involved in Ponzi schemes? Why were such people being connected? Which means that there has to be, I believe, more than what I could see. This is what I believe. I may be wrong. I hope I am wrong. I hope for their sake I am wrong. And for the country's image sake, I hope I am wrong. But isn't it our job to investigate and find out? And if they're clean, just give them a clean chit. Let them live a good life and we'll live a good life. So these are the points I wanted to make through this rather broad editorial. And till I see you next time, that's Monday at 10 o'clock. नमस्कार.